Hello, welcome back to Tech Dudes Weekly. It's been a while since we've actually put together any new content, so first of all, we apologize. But we started building out a brand new studio, which you'll see. This is our podcast version of an episode, but we do have a new studio that's built. We're just waiting for some additional equipment to come in, and then we'll start using that one as well. So the hope is that we will start making more content on a regular basis and get the whole channel moving again like we originally intended. So with that said, for those who don't remember, my name is Brian
And I'm Dave.
and we are Tech Dudes Weekly. So with that said, why don't we jump over to a topic, since we are about a week out roughly from WWDC, knowing Apple's main event here, and they have a number of announcements that are coming out, and there's a lot of rumor mill. Knowing I think some of it's less rumor, nothing, and more. It's probably going to happen. So why don't we jump into that? And Dave, you want? I'll share a screen real quick so we can maybe walk through a couple of the
Sure.
rumors. All right.
Yeah, there's all kind of rumor mill out there right now. So, and everybody's got their own spin on it, and then everybody's also got their, well, us too, we think this too. So,
Well, you can see with the screen share here that we got the multicolored arcs, nothing, and I'm going to take a wild guess that this might be the AR VR headset. Yeah, who knew?
yeah, it's not too subtle. I mean, it's shaped like a top-down view of a headset. So,
So this one's interesting. This is where Apple's diving into AR, so augmented reality. For those who haven't played around with that, which is basically you can see through the goggles. In this case, they're going to use cameras on the front. It's not going to actually be transparent, but it's an overlay of information in the real world. And so you can look at your table. It'll give you some, an overlay of that. I'm guessing we'll have some virtual screens, things like that. And then the VR portion, which is an immersive world where you dive into what I hope is more than what I got out of my Oculus Quest, which was slicing fruit.
yeah, they keep pushing this one as the mixed reality because I read something out there where even though they said a while back, if everyone remembers, that VR was not the way for them to go, kind of like when Microsoft came out with the Halo
Yep. Yep,
with
exactly.
that headset. That's kind of what Apple wanted to do at the time because they said VR is not their place. But everything in the rumor mill states on this one that VR will be their first kind of focus into it, and then the AR portion, which to me sounds like they're trying to get a product to market and they're not sure how it's going to live. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, this is one of those, is it a solution in search of a problem? I sort of think so. No, I mean, VR is cool and all. I mean, I played around with the, Oculus, what was it, the Go or whatever that was. And
Yeah, yeah, that goes Quest 2 Go.
yeah, it was neat. I had, fruit flying at me. I got to slice up with lightsaber. Okay, neat. There were a couple other applications, but to be honest, I don't even know where the goggles are. I think they're in my son's room somewhere. Nothing. AR, I'm interested in, nothing, only because
Yeah.
I would love to get rid of physical screens and just have a massive screen that I'm seeing, floating in space. Nothing, and be able to peer through to still see my keyboard, my mouse, other things on my desk, or be able to take notes. Nothing, but the AR, I can see that. Also, being able to augment information that I'm looking at. As I look at something, it's bringing up information. So that's cool. Um, I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts
Yeah,
on
but
it, Dave?
it's got to be something that's I won't say convenient more say because it's not a convenience item right now. But it also can't because one of the things they bought a company who does real-time digital avatars, and it's composed at real time and rendered at real time and shown.
That's
That
right.
Apple bought that company, they disappeared off the map. Um, I just don't want to be that guy sitting at home working from home, wearing a ski goggle for a VR headset, but it's projecting um, almost like the Jedi Council, where you're sitting there and your hologram is on the other side. I'm still not ready for that.
Or even worse,
I
they make
just
you look like a
it's
Nintendo Wii character.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and that gives a whole new case of, well, if that's the case, then they're going to let you be able to personalize it. Now we've got unicorns, koala bears, and something else over here we haven't figured it out yet in the meeting. So I don't know. It's and for me, this is a first gen product.
Yeah, yeah.
Apple has not really succeeded in the first gen product realm.
No, and like you said with those avatars too. That I'll throw out a joke out there, and this is mostly for folks that have watched Mythic Quest, but there'll be a TTP around this one. Nothing. I'm not going to tell you what that is. Nothing to keep this PG-13. If you're interested, go watch Mythic Quest. But Dave knows what I'm talking about, and hopefully we'll get a chuckle out of a few of our
Oh yeah.
other listeners. But yeah, I don't know. AR VR. I assuming Apple will bring something whiz bang to it that nobody else has done. It's Apple, but the final, I want to say nail in the coffin, at least for me, on one, it's Gen 1, but two, they it's expected to come in at what, 3 grand.
Yeah, because they're saying cost of materials alone is 1,500.
Yeah, I mean, who is that targeted towards? I mean, I know there's the early adopters and the people that are more than happy to drop down 300 3K on it, but not it. um,
No, because this reminds me of the first gen iPad, where they got it out there just to have it out there, and 6 months later they had a Gen 2.
yeah,
I foresee that happening on this unless it just totally tanks.
I even heard a rumor mill that there was going to be a light version of this in Gen 2, and maybe that's just an AR portion or something like that. Give me that at, I'll say, $1,200, maybe.
Yeah, if this thing goes over 1,500 retail, I think unless there's just some, I mean, the only big piece of this that Apple has, nobody else does, is their App Store.
Right.
Now the question is everything in the App Store going to be native to their headset? In other words, is it going to like running an app on your Mac? Okay, I don't need to buy a $3,000 headset to do that unless I just want to be one of the cool kids. I can be a cool kid for less than 3 grand.
Yeah, well, you remember what they called the people wearing the AR glasses from Google? And again,
Oh
not going to
yeah,
say it out loud, but yeah, there was a very interesting term for those people. So we'll see. I don't know.
yeah.
This one, put a pin in it. I mean, there's other stuff coming out, so we'll see if Apple, if it's true to Apple form, they'll whiz bang something. It'll look really cool. Still not going to drag $3,000 out of my wallet. I don't know, but anyway,
Nope, nope, not at all.
so moving on, what else is going on here? Oh, okay, here we go. The 15-inch
Yeah,
MacBook Air. Okay,
this is another one. I don't know why they're doing it.
so this sits right in between their current ones. If you're in the Pro series, you have a 14 or a 16 available, and with the current Air is what, 13-inch,
Hmm.
if I remember right. Uh,
13 point something or other, 13.7,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, something like that. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of competing PCs at 15-inch. I'm sure that was one of the introductory ideas, is that they have to be in the 15-inch market because that's where PC's sweet spot is for a decent sized screen, unless you're an ultra portable. But I'm guessing if the entry, Air is still what, 999, this has got a price at
No, the new
least.
one, the M2
Oh, that's right.
version that came out, it's 1,200.
That's right. No, so this has got a price around what,
For
14?
it's
Best
got to
case
be 14 or
scenario.
15. Yeah, because your default MacBook Air M2 is 1199 at 8 gig and 256 gig.
Right. So this is, I bet you anything, we're 14.99. I bet you that's where it is. I mean, maybe they'll surprise me at 13.99, but I don't
If they
know.
put it at 1499, it better come with more than 256 gig of storage on it. It needs to have a half terabyte, in my personal opinion.
Yep.
8 gig of memory I can deal with, but yeah, it's got to have more storage than 256.
Yeah, I bet you it will be though an 8 256 combo, and then for the entry,
Yeah,
knowing Apple.
yeah, that'll keep the price down on it. So yeah,
I'm trying to think. Yeah, they're saying it's likely to be the M2 chip, which is not a surprise. I think they would love to introduce a M3 to test the waters on it, and then before introducing a Pro series later. But this is a
yeah,
non-starter.
I think they're
Anybody,
still a ways away from M3s.
I think even if you have a base M1 Mac, Air, or especially if you have a M1 Pro in the Pro series, this is a no thanks. uh, you know,
No, I mean this goes back to the same gear you and I have. We both got M1 on almost everything we own. I mean, I've got a studio, a MacBook Pro, iPad, and a Mini all on M1, and I can't tax those with
no,
what they've got on them.
no, and it being an Air, and the fact that it doesn't, obviously it's not. they can't ramp it up that much because the cooling, it's not there. That's the whole point of the
Yep.
Pro. Plus, it has, it's gonna have limited ports, just like the Air is today. To me,
Yeah.
this is targeting the entry level user that just needs a larger screen. But if I'm I just did it. My parents just bought a new laptop, and I forced them down the Apple realm because that's what I want to support. And the entry, I think I got them the previous year's model. Nothing. So the original M1, not the M2, and nothing. And that I think they had it on sale at $799. You know,
Oh yeah.
still a great deal.
Yeah. I was in Best Buy the other day, and you can still get the M1 for 799, which to me that's a steal. But here's the question: so on the M2 and the M1, they didn't have fans. That caused a lot of thermal problems
Yep.
in that processor. The question is, since they're going to a 15-inch more case, the motherboard's not going to be any different. The configuration's not going to be any different. So are they going to be able to add fans, or are they going to go silent as well? I think if they try to go silent, it's a mistake.
I bet you it will be silent. If anything, you might get a bigger heat sink, but I doubt they put fans in it. I'd be
That's
surprised.
probably true.
All right. Well, enough picking on the MacBook Air again. So two things have come out. I haven't bought anything yet. You bought anything yet?
Nope.
Let's see here.
I'm
So
still running. I mean, if you think about it, I'm still running the iPhone 12 Pro.
yeah. I'm not even sure I would upgrade my phone this year because I have a 13 Pro Max. And normally I go every two
Yeah.
iterations, but this might be three. Just
Hmm.
like I did. I think I did that same. I did three iterations when I had. Yeah, before the 13, I was on an XR. Like so,
Yeah.
I never even bought the 11. But let's see here. So iOS 17. I'll be honest, I haven't done a lot of reading about what's coming into iOS 17. Have you?
No. No,
Uh,
because from one of the stuff I've saw, just the little bit I've saw on it, I don't see any major updates. My personal opinion, it's very, very iterative, and iterative is overused at that point.
right. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I've seen is I think the lock screen. They're going to turn that into a an Echo Show 5. Basically, you can put it on your nightstand, and the lock screen is now a smart display. I think that's been the biggest rumor I've seen recently. I'm sure there'll be a lot of little
Yeah.
tweaks. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, we're more on the health app. No big surprise there. Because I think the watch is probably due at the end of the year as well with iWatch OS 10, I think is going to be coming out. And I'm sure that'll have a lot more health
Yeah.
related focus, which iOS 17 normally bleeds into. So, no pun intended.
Yeah. And on the watch portion of it, um, I don't think this year is going to be that much of a change. I think they said Apple Watch 10 is going to be a complete redesign. They were supposed to do a slight redesign on the Ultra, but I haven't seen any more about that one either.
The only thing hardware wise I saw on the watch coming out is they're finally updating the processor. Because it's been the same processor since the iWatch, the 6 iteration.
Six. Yep.
Yeah, six,
Yep.
7, 8, 9 has been the same. So the 9, I think, is supposed to have the first update to whatever A processor series they're going to use. What else they got in here? I don't see anything. I don't think we're going to hear anything about an up.
Updated 24-inch Mac. They need a 27-inch iMac. I'm sorry. The
Yeah,
24 inch is just not.
I still have a hard time buying an iMac when we just saw an update to like that Samsung M8 monitor, which we probably should do a video
Yeah.
about. Nothing.
Yeah, because they changed a little bit on that new M8.
But you slap a Mac Mini on one of those monitors, you got an iMac. I mean, for what an
Yeah.
eighth of the price. Nothing. So yeah,
Oh
well,
God, yeah.
not much
And
here.
still have a screaming machine that's going to run.
Yeah, so I don't know. WWDC is like you said, it's probably iterative. I don't know. I'm not super
I hope we're
super
wrong. I
thrilled.
really hope we're wrong.
Yeah, let me. I'll turn off screen sharing here. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think what we'll do is we'll probably follow up this video once WWDC does come through. I think the predictions around the AR VR goggles. That'll be is what it is. I'll be interested to see what the price of that MacBook Air is, and then like I said, I haven't done a lot of reading on iOS, so maybe there's something there that is just going to blow my socks off. And I got a feeling it's just going to be a lot of app updates, and now I have an Echo
Yeah.
Show 5 that I can throw in the garbage and just put my phone on the nightstand. So
I really hope they did a good job of keeping everything under wraps and they're going to just wow us. They have in the past on certain things, but I just have a feeling it's not. Their big bank is on the AR VR piece, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
going to be Tim Cook's legacy, and then whoever else they bring in. So,
Yep. Exactly. Well, hopefully they it's more than we think it is. But anyway, thanks again
yep,
for tuning in. So we will have some additional videos coming up. We will follow this one up with WWDC, and sounds like we probably should do a update on that Samsung monitor as well. And then
yeah, we'll do one of those.
hopefully we'll have the new studio up and running, and you'll see us a little bit more side by side than in two rooms connected across the internet. Uh, Thanks again for watching. If you like this, please subscribe. Throw something in the comments. We always love to hear back. And if there's topics that we need to cover or you would like to hear us talk about, throw them in there. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.